wine, is it real or is it really not real? That is the question today on Wine Library TV. Maybe another time. You know, once in a while you have things that happen in your life that really, remind you of the big picture, make you stop and think about your life, about where life is. And I always talk about family, as you guys know, health and family and all that good stuff. And, obviously we're all very lucky, and life is a big, big thing. It's not just about wine. And I had a very amazing experience last 2 Fridays ago. And you may recall that last Friday, for you on Wine Library TV, we didn't have an episode. And believe it or not, I did tape an episode. That's right, I didn't cheat out on you. I did the whole week. However, I was unable to show it, but now we are able to show it. So I've got a very special episode that I taped 2 Fridays ago as today's episode. It is my favorite episode of Wine Library TV yet. Please enjoy. Hello everybody and welcome to Wine Library TV. I'm your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And it is Friday. And I will see you for real on Monday. And I'm looking forward to that. I missed you guys. I hope I had a great time in London, but I'm not sure. Today I'm going to talk about the New York Cork Club. It is the first New York-only wine club, and is put on together by a wonderful guy, Len Thompson, and the Green Grape Company out of Brooklyn, which is a retailer out of Brooklyn. And each month, Len hand selects, because Len is a very interesting character. Number one, I don't like Len, mainly because he's a Steelers fan, but from every other thing that I could tell about him, he's probably a pretty decent guy. But unfortunately, I can't like him because he's a Steelers fan. So this hatred I have for Len is pretty strong. However, I do respect Len. Len is a Long Island, or let's even put it more broadly, which is what is true. He's a New York State wine guru. He came up with this concept. He's a very interesting blogger. We'll have a link right over here, Mr. Mott. Pay attention. He's a great blogger, a good guy, from what I heard, because I don't like him. And more importantly, he's doing something that I believe in a lot, which is trying to do something for a bigger cause. And what Len has done is he's created this New York Cork Club, which is 2 bottles each month, I believe, of wines from either, Long Island or Hudson Valley or the Finger Lakes, New York State wines. And he's doing this with the Green Grape Company in Brooklyn, and he's doing this from the bottom of his heart. And he's not doing this for profit at all. I have no idea what the financial situation is with Green Grape, if they make money or not. Probably, I understand they're a retailer. But Len is doing it because he wants to spread the word of New York State wines. And I believe that New York State, Finger Lakes for their whites especially, and Long Island for their whites and their reds, especially some of their Cab Francs, are some of the most underrated wines in the world. And I'm really excited about getting much more into them this season of Wine Library TV. Season, you like that? It's year 2. This season for Wine Library TV, we're going to try to do a heck of a lot more from New York State. I am a proud living in the state New Yorker, though I'm a Jersey boy and a Russian boy, and even more importantly, a Belarusian boy, not really Russian. But they're wines that should be looked at seriously. They've definitely transformed, and I'm excited about it. And what better way to do it than on this lazy Friday, aka Saturday morning before I went to London. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the Makari Earleywine 2006. This is 11.5 in alcohol by content, so it's a young wine. Earleywine, picked early, 2006 Chardonnay from Makari. It's a $15 bottle of wine, and it was bottled on October 16, 2006. 530 cases produced, 15 bones. And what's really cool is that Len is picking very unusual wines to send out to this club. I think a lot of you would enjoy it. It's definitely something that I would recommend signing up for. Very frizzy, and you can see that's what happens with very young wines. The acidity levels are still popping and jumping up and down, acting a little surly, as they may say. And so I'm excited to try this. Again, 15 bones, and let's see what's going on here. Little coffee cough action. Very fruity and upfront wine. Very, very interesting. Different style. Huge amounts of green apple, Granny Smith apples that, that sounded all weird. Granny Smith apples, very lively. I mean, and very fresh. Mini pears. If you ever had a mini pear, slice it and you grab it. Those are two obvious flavors that are coming through this wine. I'm not crazy in love with this, and I don't think it's I think it's a nice wine, and it's a fun spritzy wine, but I find it more to be a $7 to $10 type of wine. And so for $15, I'm going to have to give it a pass with a couple Z's. I feel this wine is, you know, an 86 to 87 point wine. I like it. It's a fun spritzy wine, but what really bothers me is I find that I can get this kind of flavor profile out of some of the wines from Gascon or the Mataron or Gaillac, different parts of France that represent this flavor profile for a lot less money, and it's against the euro dollar currency, and so that's my biggest concern. Good wine. I don't want to pan it because I'm sure they're good people and all that good jazz, but you know, didn't kill me. Nice bottle for a spritzy, just a little expensive for what it is. Roanoke Vineyards from Norfolk, Blend 2, 2004. This is from Long Island. This is $30 US, and it is a Cab Franc, Cabernet, and Merlot blend. I don't have the exact details. What's really cool, again, by the leverage of Len, the New York State wine guru that he is, he was able to get this wine available to the people on the Wine of the Month Club, known as New York Cork Club, before it has even been released. I believe I'm also tasting this wine before it's released, so I'm excited about that. And oh boy. Now let me get settled in. Let's put Hillbilly Jim on my lap, give him a little pet on his big afro, because Hillbilly, we're in for a treat. Guys, this is rocking on the nose. This is really exciting. There is an enormous amount of dill and green pepper, pickle juice coming through on this nose. I'm awfully excited right now. Yeah, this should be really, really interesting. Lots of asparagus, lots. Very Cab Franc driven. I don't know the breakdown, but my guess is that Cab Franc is the predominant grape, or it's definitely the one that's killing the other two by the nose, no doubt about it. Great charcoal, great chocolate. This is a very good bottle of wine. Wow. You know, really complex and rich, but it's got creamy, little hints of vanilla, which is unusual to find within Cab Francs, but I guess when you blend Cabernet and Cab Franc, you have that potential, and I gotta be honest with you, I adore it. Really nice, subtle vanilla bean, almost like vanilla bean ice cream flavors on the mid-palate, rounded out with classic Cabernet, green peppers, asparagus. Let's go Brussels sprouts, because you know I love them. Really nice wine. Wow. And silky finish. You can't avoid the obvious dark chocolate flavors mixed in with the classic green pepper, lettuce. Let's go salad and dessert. Screw the main course. Let's score this wine 90 points. And I'm awfully excited about that. $30. It's not a screaming value, but boy, does this bring the thunder. This blind would make a lot of people think very good Bordeaux. Kudos. Great effort and a good choice by Len, but I don't want to give him that much credit because I don't like him, remember? Fridays is when I tend to like to do questions, you know, lots of questions for everybody, but something just happened. And this happened on Saturday morning. What's today's date? February 6th, 17th? February 17th. I got an email at 1:19 Eastern. I'm taping this obviously on Saturday for you guys, and this kind of stopped me dead in my tracks and has really changed today's show's direction. I'm going to read you an email that I just received. Hi Gary, big hello from Nick and friends from Phoenix, Arizona. Nick loves watching Wine Library TV on his iPod. I know when Nick is watching the latest episode when I hear, "What's the rating? What's the rating?" any bounce of laughter coming through the other room. Nick's personal favorites are the outdoor episodes, complete with the Sands bucket, spew, and skating wine glasses. He can't believe that you didn't die, and now you are his hero. Another favorite is the head picking episode. Nick commented on how, quote, he wasn't the only one with that bad habit. Yes, Nick is a fellow head picker, and he thought he was alone. You're not, Nick. Thanks, Gary, for bringing some fun into my kid's life, Nick. Nick was autistic, and some knowledge into mine. Cheers, Karen Tevez, Phoenix, Arizona. Formerly from Verona, New Jersey. P.S. The WWF action figures are from our 19-year-old. He used to play with them nonstop, and I just couldn't get rid of them. Great choice, by the way. And a picture attached, which, Chris, if you could show now. Karen, you have to know this, and obviously I want to share with all the fellow Vaniacs. This email really hit me hard and has completely humbled me. You know, I emailed you personally and everything, and and I guess I'm going to use it as another great example. I'm very, very lucky. My mother is the greatest human being on this earth. She taught me so many great values, especially just individually looking at every situation, every person. We all have prejudice and those things, but I can honestly tell you that the diversity of my friends and the diversity of my thoughts and diversity of my actions make me very proud of who I am. This show has given me a platform to reach other people, and as much fun as we have spitting and tasting wine and other things, I get so many emails, and as much as people thank me for doing this show for free, or that I do it every day, or while I run this big company I still do it, I can honestly tell you that Karen's email that she sent me trumped everything that has ever happened with any negative aspect of doing a show, whether it's time constraints or any other aspect. I am blown away, humbled, and rejuvenated to do this show as long as I humanly can. There's been thoughts crossing my mind that I'm going to have to cut back, that, I don't know the future of the show because there's so much going on with it, and, obviously I have a personal life, and I have a business to run, and thousands of emails, and it gets crazy. But I can tell you right now that Nick is my hero, has boosted me up. Nick, I need you to be a Jets fan. I got to be honest with you. I need you to be a Jets fan if you really want to be my number one. But I just want to thank everybody, from Karen to everybody else who sends me emails every day. It is awesome. Because you, and lots of you, and just nothing of me, promise, we're changing the wine world.